2023 was an interesting year for the channel, to say the least. It's definitely a year where my creativity slammed through the roof and made its way to Mars. Although some things I would like to do more of, like the Mixels content. This year, however, turned out to be pretty successful nonetheless. Even with some new things in my life, like trying to get a license, new games, you could probably guess one of them given what's playing in the background right now, and even getting a part-time job. So let's look over some of my major videos from this year. I needed to do something to keep the engines of Steam up, so I made engines of CCT. It really was a hassle to deal with videos in between when I had videos to spit out still from 2022. I'm a bit disappointed that it hasn't gotten as much attention as Engines of Metrolink, but that's kind of what I expect doing with the Engines of series on a railroad that barely anyone knows about. However, I'm glad that it's something I am doing rather than being forced to make. I'm still reinforcing that CCT-80 is still my favorite CCT engine. You cannot convince me otherwise. It's literally an RS1, I cannot hate it. This one was simply cobbling up something for the sake of cobbling up something. Not as impactful as the previous teaser, but at least I established some key characters that will eventually appear. I just need to regather sprites as I haven't gone to do so, not even during summer, admittedly because I was a lazy ass. Oddly became my 4th most viewed video of this year. You people seem to like the Mixels content. I'll have to really up the game with them next year, especially since the series turns 10 years old by then. Wow. These have become much more fun to make thanks to the narration. It honestly makes me feel like I'm in a Highball Productions video, commenting on trains heading down my main line. It also feels nice telling people about the trains that run here rather than showing simply on a screen that is susceptible to getting cut out. I definitely want to do more model railroad stuff. The future seems bright for my layout, following me getting a part-time job and me becoming an OMORI member. The second episode of the layout update series will likely become one of my first videos of 2024, and will tell about the lore of the town. Ah yes. The lesser of the two CCT videos, likely due to the lack of GE engines of the CCT. This one kinda shows why Engines of CCT is being postponed. It was simply a series that no one really cared about, so it proved to be inconsequential to give the limelight to another series that ended up becoming my favorite. This was a pretty good video. A lot better than my crappy video that I made on it back in 2021. It excels for being a remake, and I'm glad I got ready in time for the 50th anniversary of the incident. I'm glad I managed to find out what happened to the lead engine of that ill-fated train, and used some info that I didn't even know about Roseville earlier. The Modoc Northern video first. This one did okay, and I expected I wasn't going to get very far. I just wanted to give more attention to what is possibly the most forgotten modern railroad in the state of California. Then, I got an idea one summer afternoon. I recently discovered the Eagle Mountain Railroad, and that's when my gears started to grind. I made that community post, and then, after that, I spat out not only the Eagle Mountain Railroad episode, but also an episode on the Amador Central Railroad. Well, the Amador Central video I'm still waiting on, so it could be a month since release to give my final input. The Eagle Mountain Railroad video performed magnificently, possibly because everyone knew about that speeder trail that people used to take. The next episodes will be in alphabetical order after the 4th episode, which will be ACE, one of the most forgotten of many commuter railroads that California has to offer. I genuinely had a good time covering something interurban related. This one was in the oven for a while, but I finally had the chance to release it in time for PensyFan 19 to release his as well on October 4th. Give fans of his not 1, but 2 episodes of 404's The World. Will I be doing this again? Well, likely not. That episode was a serious thing second and a result of a Discord joke first. Ah yes, possibly my second favorite series as of yet. Who knew I'd be so pumped in making analog horror videos? Now, the model videos might be the gameplay of my layout, but this is no doubt the lore of it. Although not taking place in the same town as the events so far, the railroad line that runs around it is the same as in that series. Definitely a favorite for sure.
Well, I mentioned what my favorites were, but what were your favorites? Let me know in the comments. I feel like I should also take some time to mention some future projects. The City of San Francisco incident is being delayed to 2025. I don't have the script ready and I'm not exactly motivated to finish it right now. As stated before, Engines of CCT, the analog horror series, and California's Forgotten Railroads will be continuing into 2024. Engines of Metrolink will also be coming back sometime next year, and as long as I can get off my ass to do something, I think B&S Rail Tales can at least have something. Mainly the origin story of Lily, which I've been hinting at for quite a while at this point. Mixel's content definitely needs to happen soon. I can't believe I've been holding off on that. And that's basically it for now, up until I make What's Up 2024. You know, let's change things up a bit. Q&A 4.5 bitches! That's right, baby. We doing this now. We got 7 responses. Let's look at everyone's answers. First question. How'd you find this channel? The Arc-Limits Railfan doesn't remember. Yeah. PensyFan19 found the channel via Engines of Metrolink, and same for Super Dominic 64. Frisco Railfan and Larry the Lad came from California's Forgotten Railroads. Middletown Branch Productions came from Seaboard Railfan's Discord server, check it out. And apparently Harrison the Time Traveler came from representatives of the railroad headquarters in Chicago, Illinois, and ran from 1847 to 1986, well known for being associated with the colors black and orange. The second question was your favorite videos on my channel. Arclimus said that their favorite was the Engines of Metrolink F59PHI episode, along with Dominic. Hezzy Fans was a tie between the MODOK Northern episode of California's Forgotten Railroads, Return of the Meme, and the Ahoy Bill and Ben saga. Similarly, Larry's was also the MODOK Northern video. Middletown just don't know, lol. Frisco said that he enjoyed the Eagle Mountain video the most. And then there's Harrison. Yeah. Question 3. What do you want to see more of on my channel? Arclimus wants me to cover more tourist railroads. This will likely be fulfilled with the California's Forgotten Railroads episodes on California Western, Sierra Railway, Francisco Tours, and similar railroads. Larry wants me to cover more of the MODOK Northern. By technicality, I will, with the Nevada, California, Oregon episode of California's Forgotten Railroads. PensyFan is rather interested in the B&S Rail Tales animated series and the Engines of Metrolink episode of 519, which will be thrown under miscellaneous engines. Middletown just wants to see more steam on the channel, and Frisco wants to see more model tomfuckery on the layout. Dominic is excited about the remakes of the Engines of Metrolink episodes. I'm not even going to deal with this shit any longer.
Fuck off.
Question 4 covers the paradox of my most viewed video. Currently at 65k views, what the hell? Anyways, most of the responses have to do with either the algorithm or they just don't know. Question 5 is a similar conglomerate of people either saying that they came after Engines of Metrolink or stating why. Matt said because I'm chill and Archimus is literally my best friend. Seriously, we met in 2022. Look at the videos. Question 6 is covering a model I should get. Archimus said I should get an SP Consolidation or 10-wheeler. PensyFan thinks I should go for an SP060 or something owned by a Short Line or Great Northern. Both would be good cases since GN and later BN ran in California, and I already have a series on short lines, so it works. Middletown says I should go for an SP MT4. Larry said that I should get a Russian deck. Well, in this case, Bachman, for the love of God, fix the decapod shorting up. Fresco also thinks I should go for a 280. Finally, question 7. The status of everyone's layouts. Arclimus doesn't have a permanent one currently, but it is N-scale. PensyFan basically makes layouts for the Reed Family Train project in O-scale, although he does have his own private one. Middletown's will be a loop with a siding. Larry's is just gone.
Gone? Vanished! Destroyed!
finally, Frisco's literally is just easy track on a dinner table.
Well, that was Q&A 4.5. Hopefully you people won't mind this being a somewhat regular occurrence here and there. So, other than other projects I'll certainly spawn in the future, what's going on for 2024? Well, so far, I have a couple things planned. One is going to cover my thoughts on OMORI, less the community, more the actual game itself. An old face on the channel will be coming back as my alias to review this. Channel veterans, start guessing. The only clue I'll give is that it was one of my profile pictures with a very old name, before and even during the early days of the Genesis Engine phase of the channel. Whoever guesses and gets it right will have a picture of Rayman DM to them. Another is how Southern Pacific classified their diesel locomotives. Similar to some railroads on the East Coast and pretty much all of the major ones up in Canada, SP had their own unique classification system that was tedious to learn at best. California's Forgotten Railroads will be having a special episode hopefully to be released next year. The Western Pacific episode will come then, and will be divided into multiple parts, mainly due to the lengthy history it has. The Central Pacific episode will have something similar to that, as will the Sacramento Northern episode. All things mentioned in this, however, will be subject to change, especially considering how 2024 will be the year that I turn from a sugar-addicted teenager to an adult that for some reason never grew out of Tom's tank engine. However, we'll get there when that time comes.